Hi, welcome to GRVO TV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. When I do these reviews, you rely on your initial sort of thoughts and opinions on longevity, and there's no substitute for actually using a product. Now, I've had the Dahon P8 for a couple of years now. It's the Speed P8, and I thought I'd just do a quick update on how it's performing and how robust it is. Now, looking at my Strava and working out, I reckon I've probably done about 400 miles on this bike in the last couple of years, because it's not my only bike, and a lot of that is short, sharp trips, a couple of miles here, a couple of miles there, to and from work, to and from the shops. I take it away on holiday. It gets chucked in and out of the car, in and out of the caravan. I'm folding in it, unfolding it quite a lot, so it gets well used. Now, can't remember, but originally I took all the mud guards and that off, but because I use it for commuting, I put these the Dahon mud guards back on, and that makes it into a great little commuter. It does keep you nice and dry, and it keeps all the splash off you really well, actually. The reason I like this bike so much is because I can set it up very similar, the way I sit on it, to my racing bike. And I've done some testing, and when I do my 10-mile route just like locally, I can do it on this almost as quick as on my racing bike. There's a couple of miles per hour average speed in it and a couple of minutes extra on the time, but when you compare the two bikes compared to my giant racing bike, this does pretty well, and that's why I love it. So it gets used quite a lot, as I say. I tend to keep it clean, and when I mean clean, I mean I keep the chain clean rather than greasy and oiled up. So I'll clean it, put a little bit of light oil on it, and that's it. Overall, I'll give it a good clean every now and again. I'm not, that fastidious about it, but I do try and keep it reasonably nice. The first thing to go on it was the pedals, and I've replaced them with these really nice. They're a bit shiny for my liking, but they are grubbing up a bit. These really nice sort of pedals. You can just get them. They're MKs, foldables, but they're really nice folding action. They don't fold super small or anything. They just fold down like that. But it's handy when you're putting it in the car, and they just snap in. Lovely, but really nice positive pedals. The ones that I had on there, the bearings went, and that was that. So I've replaced those. The second area where I broke it was in the main compartment here. There's like a steel bolt which gradually bent and then gave way, and that was just a simple case of finding a stainless steel bolt the right size and fitting it in, and it's fine. That's a real fatigue point there, and that's the only other point I've had to adjust, because if this all sort of becomes a little bit loose, you can adjust how tightly this clamps and get it all nice and rigid again. The tyres are the Schwalbe tyres. They hold up really well. I think this is my second set of tyres on this. They're fantastic. I've never had a puncture since I've ridden it, and that's it. The gears are all working perfectly, and the brakes, the rear brake is a bit on the weak side, if I'm being honest, but I'm not sure if that's the rim issue or the actual pad. I haven't really looked at it, to be honest. It's not bad enough to worry about. Front brake works absolutely perfectly. The brake lines and that, because they're J wires, they're all good quality, all lasting really well. So you spray a bit of WD-40 over it now and again, and keep it reasonably clean. You're not going to have too many problems. The gearing on this is part of its beauty, and that's why it's the Speed P8. It's got 8 speeds, but the actual speed range is equivalent to the compact crank on my racing bike, and I can get this up to 30 mile an hour no problem, and go up some fairly steep hills if you drop it down into first gear. For general riding, third and fourth gear for poodling along at sort of 10 to 20 mile an hour is absolutely fine. So all in all, it's one of the few products that I've reviewed that I've still got. after a couple of years, and there's a bloody good reason for that, and that is because it is a quality piece of kit. I love riding it. It's not like riding a folding bike. It's not like riding a bike with 20-inch wheels. It really is like riding a much bigger bike. So I just give this, a massive thumbs up. I picked this one up dirt cheap second hand, but I would. There are all different types, but the Speed P8 gives you just a slightly better cassette at the back, in my opinion. So there you go. This is GRVO TV, G's reviews with opinions, with my update on the Dahon Speed P8. I'll see you soon. Bye.